Hello YouTube, and welcome to another Assassin's Creed video. I'm Quantum Fear, and this is a manhunt mission at Florence at night. In this one, I make level 44, so 6 more to go, yay. And you get a good example of what I like to call offensive defense, basically. Where instead of waiting and hiding, the actual defenders in this actually go out and find the attackers. And are very aggressive. So let's
Round one.
watch and see what happens. Okay, so this is us starting out, and I've almost wondered, some people seem to get their compasses quicker, and so they can take off, or maybe they just guess. I wonder if that has to do with bandwidth. I really don't know. But here we are. We're chasing after the one of the sword. I'm not sure what I can't remember what his name is. And so I know someone's around here. I'm looking for him, and I see him, like, he's all by himself. I'm like, okay, let's give it a shot, and I actually managed to get the kill. So that's great. I actually don't do great on the offense. I think I only kill, like, what, 3 people, I think? I spend most of my time basically running to find them. You know, I hate doing when people do this, is when they run through and you've already gone through, so they basically shut all the doors. It's just annoying, because then you gotta wait for the doors to shut. I am using Wall Runner in this, just so you know, along with Mute and Smoke Bomb. I've actually seen people use an interesting thing where they use, oh boy, what is it called? Morph to help find people, which I have yet to try, but I would really like to. Right there, if you don't know if you just noticed it, someone actually went in and killed a guy that was already poisoned, and I don't know anything that is more frowned upon. I mean, poisoning is hard enough. But just to go in and steal someone's kill that would have gotten a ton more points, it's just bad. You know, it's not paying attention. And this is definitely a game where you have to pay attention. Kind of the whole point, I suppose. Okay, so this is just me looking for my target. And here, I know he's around. I thought he was in this clump of people. And so I kind of take a guess that he might be disguised, and guess completely wrong. I don't think I ever find out where the guy was in the end. He must have walked past me, and that was just it. In this whole area, I know there's someone in here, but I can never figure it out.
Contract lost.
And eventually, when I decide to leave, I hear my teammate come through, and he gets him. So at that point, I'm out of here. I'm like, okay, I'm not doing it. And that's where I hear someone. I hear one of the other teams rushing or charging. You know, the charge sound. And I just so I'm here. There was a full compass, so I'm like, okay, there's someone around here. Maybe one of these guys are disguised. And I just figured after it changed, it's obviously not them. And I see this guy climb up here. I'm like, all right, I got him. And I was hoping I could get him quick enough for a like an aerial kill, but it wasn't. I wasn't fast enough. All right, so about a minute and a half to go. And at first I think it's this guy, and so I'm going to set up an aerial, but obviously with the compass the way it is, it's not him. So I just try to take off and go try to find my actual opponent. And I'm pretty much too slow because my team is all over him, you can see. So back on the top, I know people find roofing annoying, but I like the running aspect of the game, and so I tend to. Oh, there's one, and there's a guy who just chases after. I actually go after him for a bit, trying to be clever. I have the lock, and so I'm trying to keep him in sight. And there he is still, and I see him shift right there. If you just watch, but then I guess I completely choose to ignore the compass, and I jump on him, only to have it fail. 30 seconds left.
30 seconds
There's two
remaining.
bad guys in here. Two people have smoked, and I kind of used mute as kind of to help out, but I guess it doesn't work, and he ends up stunning my teammate anyway. And I take him out with a well-placed net crack, but just before one of the my teammates comes in, and everybody starts throwing smoke bombs everywhere. Point-wise, I get about what it's pretty normal for me. So it wasn't great, I know, but kill-wise, it's only like 3 kills, so it's not even, it's that, you know. Okay, so next round, we're on defense here. This is where the aggressive defense comes in, and you'll see. And I actually, I'm kind of sick of mute because it never seems to work for me. So I tried switching it out with firecrackers. I figured if you can make their screen go all white, they're not going to be able to see you as well as anything. Unfortunately, it's one of those things you never know if it's working real well. So I'll have to use it a couple times to see if it really makes a difference. All I hope is that eventually in Revelations that they make something as useful as smoke, because it's really obnoxious knowing everybody uses smoke. You know, only at a certain point. Very seldom. At a certain point, people do change to something else, but it's very rare. So I was hanging on that bench, but I didn't feel like being in a big clump. So I'm hanging in the haystack, and I actually see one of my teammates run up and just smacks the guy in the head. But this is really the start of it. That guy sets the focus. And he actually, my teammate lucked out because the guy tried stabbing him, but the targeter must have switched just as he walked past. And everybody's smoking and stunning. The whole time I'm just gaining points and being in the hay bale. Right around here you actually start seeing lag issues where the bad guys will kind of start zipping around without really making any sense. At first I thought, you know, it's always going to be something, something they did, but I'm wondering, because my teammates seem to be able to deal with it, I wonder if my connection's not all that great. I guess I gotta get a new network adapter and see what happens. And here we are basically, what you're looking at is basically called a stun lock, where you basically keep cycling around and keep the guys on the ground. What you're doing is you're forcing them to disappear, to respawn, and they respawn in a completely different place, and they gotta come all the way back. And where, by that point, you should be back and gaining more points for your side. Here we go up there, someone smoked. I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go help that out. And so I run over, as helpful as it possibly be, and I get a stun. I'm finding that if you're gonna be part of this, what you really want to do is basically just stand over them and just start spamming the stun button, and eventually you can't do anything wrong. And so eventually they're gonna get up and it's gonna activate, and as soon as it activates, you can just bam, and they're back on the ground, and you get the points. He did manage to get one of my teammates, and so they had to go off. See one of my teammates running off. Actually, it didn't turn out it wasn't a teammate. It was actually just a NPC. Here we are, just NPCing together, hanging out, waiting. There we go, a guy glowing nice and bright. We know that's the bad guy. And my teammate nonchalantly just runs right up to him and taps him on the head.
Stun.
And I get in on the stun action there. I did not mean to take off after with this group here. That was it just did it on its own.
Stun.
Problem is, once they the smart enemy, once they realize, wow, they're sticking together and they're going to do this be aggressive, they basically pull out the range weapons, which boils down to throwing knives and guns, which I believe in just a second you see the first of those. And I'm not sure what happens after, but once I hear the tone, Let's see here. I see him. He comes up. I knew this was happening. And bam. I hear the tone. He kills me. And then as I'm dying, I hear a whole bunch of people getting killed. So I don't actually know what happened in that rush. But pretty much that's the end of the game. Let's see here. I try to get back to my group, but they're like, oh, they're already dead. So I'm like, oh, that's it's time to hide. This guy comes over, pops Templar vision, and then just stabs me.
30 seconds remaining.
20 seconds to go. That's pretty much it. I'm going to go over here, sit on a bench, and just spend the rest of the game there. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.
You have finished first. Have finished first.